Hi guys, can you all hear me? Hi Shanaz, can you hear me? Hi Inawal Saeed. Hello Elize. Just checking, can you guys hear me? Hello Bia, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thank you Bia. Can you hear me guys? Because I'm going to start. Okay, cool. So, सबसे पहले apologies for being late. It's funny, I messaged Zainab and I was like, yeah, Zainab, मैं भी cycling से आया हूँ. I'm running late, and she sent a message back saying, lol, मैं भी cycling करके आई हूँ, and I'm also running late. So, sorry about being late. Hey, Fahad, what's up, buddy? So, Zainab Abbas, I'm really excited about this. I've been a huge fan of hers, actually. She kind of, for me, kind of revolutionized presentation in Pakistani cricket. मैं बचपन से cricket देख रहा हूँ, बनना भी चाहता था एक cricketer. लेकिन obviously नहीं बना. But पिछले चंद सालों में I've noticed that cricket coverage around the world was just getting so much better. And I felt like because there wasn't a lot of cricket in Pakistan, we were still, I think Ramiz Bhai and Bazid and, of course, Vakar, everyone else who was kind of part of the coaching, part of the commentary teams was always very interesting. But I was like, okay, well, when was it going to get more dynamic? When is it going to get more interesting? And then enter Zainab Abbas, someone who does not have any cricket history or lineage, just from her own dedication and sheer passion for cricket, she's become, one of the best presenters probably around the world, and definitely a huge asset for Pakistan. I love seeing young people in cricket, whether it's, playing cricket or behind the camera or hosting. So Zainab is a role model for a lot of people, a lot of young women also. उनके लिए बहुत बड़ी role model है और बड़े मज़ेदार personality है उनकी. तो I think before further ado, let's find her. Has she asked to be on? सबसे पहले. This part is always the most awkward part, guys. Zainab, are you on? And can you, how do I get that part, guys? Yes, here we go. Here we go. Yo, yo, yo. You fool. Where is he? Where's Ali? Ali better have his 11 ready. Hi!
Hi!
How's it going?
All good, Adnan. How are you?
Good. It's funny, मैं लोगों को बता रहा था कि मैंने आपको मैसेज किया कि Zainab, I'm running late. मैं अभी साइकिल करके अभी पहुंचा हूँ. And you said?
मैं भी अभी साइकिल करके पहुंची हूँ. Literally, I think, quarantine में, I guess it's a good thing. Yeah, everybody's starting to, bike and just keep themselves fit and active, which is what we need, I think. Yeah.
So, देखिए, I think it goes without saying कि it's of course बड़ा मुश्किल वक्त है बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए, and I think there's a lot of empathy for that, and we're doing what we can to help out, especially गरीब तबके के लोग जिनके पास obviously daily wages and stuff. So that said, I think a lot of other people are also trying to make the most of this time. I've seen you've been really active, Zainab. एक तो आप बहुत अच्छी शेफ बन गई हैं. लग तो रहा है भाई. और आप cycling कर रही हैं, तो I want to know kind of how your experience has been in this time.
I've been trying to keep myself busy. I don't want to be just, on my phone 24/7, just, scrolling through my feed or just watching Netflix. I have been watching Netflix, but I'm trying to keep myself physically fit. And I think that's very important because it's not just physical fitness is linked to mental fitness.
बिल्कुल.
And that's the way, I look at it, because अगर आप physically fit हो तो आप mentally भी आप generally you feel good about yourself and about
Yeah.
the way you feel about your body or whatever, right? So there's
Yeah.
so many positives about keeping yourself fit. But obviously I'm also a foodie, Adnan. Like, I love food. And honestly, the only reason I do work out and keep myself fit is so that I can eat whatever I want.
Nice.
So yeah, I have been cooking, I have been baking. I used to do that, years ago when I had a lot of time on my hands. Obviously, it's not the same right now, but I'm rediscovering that passion, which I guess I'm seeing a lot of other people are doing it as well. So it's good. I'm saying I'm like one of those people who feels कि भाई whatever keeps you busy and whatever keeps you sort of sane in this time, just do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. But there's a lot of people who are also perhaps suffering. I think what I realize is कि जो लोग थोड़े से extroverted हैं या who kind of like to distract themselves by constantly doing things, वो लोग कुछ ज़्यादा suffer कर रहे हैं और जो लोग थोड़े introverted हैं और who've kind of figured out how to keep themselves busy, they're kind of figuring out different ways to make full use of this time.
Yeah, I guess personalities do matter. I mean, like the way you react is a kind of indicative of the kind of person you are to different situations and adversities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I personally speaking, I have a very, and I don't know about the rest, but I mean, I have a very extrovert personality. So I like to get on with things, and I'm not like I am what I am, like you
I'm losing you.
get what you see. And I guess like people are doing different things, and my main thing is that we just need to understand the intensity of the situation at this point of time, not dismiss it, because that's very important. And at the same time, do whatever we can to help out people. I think let's not forget that
Okay.
aspect, because
No,
it's not
absolutely.
just about ourselves here and oh my God, I'm biking 20 kilometers or whatever. Of course, we all love doing that, but like it's also about helping other people out. There are so many people. हम लोग तो एक बबल में रहते हैं अदनान, हमें तो पता भी नहीं है कि मतलब रियलिटी क्या है. तो जो लोग असल में सफर कर रहे हैं,
बिल्कुल.
whether it's in the form of donations, giving charity, or even helping, or even using your influence in a positive way, whatever it is, I feel
बिल्कुल.
like जो जितना कर सकता है उसको करना चाहिए.
हाँ, मुझे ये लगता है कि बड़ा कम्युनिटी का टाइम है. मुझे एक चीज अच्छी जो लग रही है, मुझे लग रहा है कि लोग ज्यादा कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेड हो रहे हैं एंड पीपल आर गोइंग आउट. आई मीन कम्युनिटी ओरिएंटेड, फैमिली ओरिएंटेड सोसाइटी. और यू सी इट, जब हम बाहर भी निकलते हैं ऐसे लग रहा है कि लोग एक तो कानून को फॉलो कर रहे हैं पहली दफा, बिकॉज डंडा स्ट्रांग है सड़कों पे, बट पीपल आर एक्चुअली फॉलोइंग रूल्स एंड आई लाइक दैट. एंड आई फील लाइक देन यू सी लॉट ऑफ पीपल आउट विद देयर फैमिलीज, पोर्चेस पे बैठ के लूडो खेल रहे हैं अपनी दादी अम्मा के साथ. इट्स लाइक दिस रियली positive kind of family bonding time.
I completely agree. I obviously have got more people with me as well. I don't live on my own. So that kind of really helps because sometimes you do want more people around you, like not in the sense कि जी आप जाके लोगों को actively मिल रहे हो, but I'm talking about जो आपकी family है, जो आपके साथ घर में रह रही है. उनको आप often neglect करते हो, चाहे वो आपकी माँ हो, चाहे कोई भी हो. You're just like so busy and so busy in that rut of work and whatever you're doing basically, कि you sometimes tend to neglect them, and it's really sad. Like पता भी होता है आपको कि आप कर रहे हो, लेकिन आप फिर भी करते रहते हो because you're just consumed with your normal day to day activities. So I'm enjoying the fact कि जी अब थोड़ा सा मैं देख रही हूँ लोग कैरम बोर्ड और लूडो and like all the board games in the
Scrabble, by the
world.
way.
Yeah, Scrabble,
I'm on.
like so many other different like or even like physical like activities in people who have a garden or can you utilize that, they're obviously playing badminton, cricket is obviously there.
Cricket.
So lots happening, yeah, lots happening.
So Zainab, speaking of cricket, I think it's quite, let's get into it, यार. I think, अच्छा सबसे पहले मैं लोगों को थोड़ा सा बता दूं जो आए हुए हैं कि प्लान क्या है. प्लान कुछ ये है कि जैनब और मैं बातें करेंगे थोड़ा सा. आई वांट टू नो अबाउट जैनब्स जर्नी. बहुत सारे लोगों ने पूछा मेरे वो क्वेश्चन पे कि कैसे पहुंची वो, हाउ डिड जैनब कनेक्ट द डॉट्स टू बी वेयर शी इज एट. तो उसके बारे में पूछते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स पीएसएल के बारे में पूछना है, पाकिस्तान टीम के बारे में पूछना है. हमने अपने 11 भी बनाए हैं. आपने लिखे हैं? वैसे मैंने लिखे हैं तो
मेरे
हम
पास
शेयर करेंगे. ऑल टाइम 11 पाकिस्तानी. फिर उसके बाद लोगों ने बड़े मजे के सवाल भी पूछे हैं. सो वी गोना डू द 10 maybe 12 most interesting questions and quote those people who kind of asked those questions. So stick around for that, guys. ऊंच नीच conversation में होती रहेगी, but stick around for the fun stuff. Because Zainab, first of all, I've said this to you before, I'm a huge fan. I think you've kind of come, the thing that I feel most proud about when I see you on TV is you show a really progressive side of Pakistan. I think unfortunately हमने जो अपनी दुनिया में एक जो इमेज बना हुआ है वो कुछ ऐसा है कि शायद हम थोड़े कंजर्वेटिव हैं, या शायद हमारी औरतें इतनी नहीं इन्वॉल्व होती पब्लिक लाइफ में, there's a lot of negativity or like different views. And then I think when you came onto the scene, ek to you're a style icon. Everyone loves to see what you're wearing and what you're looking like. But then you speak so well. You know your cricket, which is the most important thing. And you're able to kind of mix really well with all the foreign commentators and presenters. So, first of all, it's amazing to have you on the scene. But how did this all kind of come about and so quickly?
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction, Adnan. Um, I think I've always been very passionate about sports, and in particular cricket, because it is the biggest sport in this country. अगर आप पाकिस्तान की बात करें तो what is if you have to take the name of one sport that kind of brings everybody
Yeah.
together, it's it's cricket, right? तो जैसे
Yeah.
लोगों को शौक था, उस तरह मुझे भी शौक था, and I'm talking about my childhood where I was sort of staying with like 6, 7 boys. मेरे सारे cousins मेरे साथ थे. It was a joint family system, and everybody was like, my whole family was cricket crazy. We were cricket fanatics.
आप
I mean,
खेलती
I'm
थी?
talking about. I mean, like मैं अपने गैराज में खेलती थी और अपने obviously वहां पे जो एक ड्राइववे होता है आपका, वहां पे आप बैठ के मतलब खेलते हो. और स्कूल में I think it was more about playing other sports like netball,
Hmm.
volleyball. So I was into it. But I have to say that I was a slogger. I was not much of a great batsman. Yeah,
You were a
I was
lala. You
I
were a
was a
lala.
complete तुक्का slogger. बस आंखें बंद की और चला दिया, घुमा दिया. मिड विकेट पे वो नहीं मारते जो लोग सिर्फ मिड विकेट पे
वही है,
मारते
यही
हैं.
वाली शॉट है, हाँ
ये
यही वाली.
यही वाली
आंखें
अब
बंद
टॉप.
करके.
आंखें बंद करके बॉल सामने आई और बस चला दो.
Were
No
you a
feet move.
lefty?
No,
Were
no,
you a
I'm not a
lefty?
lefty.
You
No,
just
no, no,
did
no.
this.
I'm
अच्छा, maybe it's the camera. Okay.
It's the camera. It's
हाँ,
right very
ठीक
much.
है.
और बॉलिंग
हाँ.
कराते हुए वटा कराएं, वो भी
हाय
एक
हाय.
आर्ट है. So
हाँ, वो तो है.
I don't think कि मेरी let's be honest, मेरी कोई इतनी जो cricketing skills थी वो कोई इतनी amazing नहीं थी. लेकिन मुझे शौक था. मुझे शौक
हम्म.
इतना ज्यादा था अदनान, कि मैं बताती हूँ कि मैं बैठ के लिटरली ब्लॉग्स लिखती थी खुद बैठ के. कोई पढ़ रहा है नहीं पढ़ा, मैं लिखी जा रही होती थी. So, like,
So you
I
were
think
writing about cricket.
I was ESPN.com एक जमाने में, अगर आपको याद हो, बड़ी वो होती थी, वेबसाइट होती थी, गो टू वेबसाइट. अभी
बिल्कुल. हाँ
क्रिकिनफो
हाँ.
आ गया है उस तरह से, बट उस टाइम
Right.
पे इट वाज जस्ट ESPN, राइट? So
Yeah.
I used to be really involved in like वो forums पे जाके लिखना and all that, ठीक है. And और मुझे शौक इस तरह से था कि मतलब एग्जाम्स हैं मेरे और वो सब कुछ हो रहा है, but I'm just like नहीं, I am just going to watch this match. चाहे बांग्लादेश खेल रहा है, चाहे
Just
even if it's
like
the women.
me. मैं छुट्टियां लेता था
हाँ,
स्कूल से.
वही
हाँ
ना.
मजा आता मतलब और
मेरा
टेस्ट मैचेस भी मैं पूरे देखता था. लाइक पूरे पूरे
I
टेस्ट मैचेस.
मैं बिल्कुल आपसे मतलब I can understand where you're coming from. And I was the
हाँ.
same, by the way. Weirdly enough, I was not just into T20s. I feel like the purists of the game, they love Test cricket, and I
Yeah.
absolutely love Test cricket. I mean, there are days when I'm just like, if I'm not working on the game and suddenly Ashes है या कुछ है, तो मैं बस अपने कमरे में बैठ के पूरा दिन वो देख रही होती हूँ. अदान, मैं उठती थी, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का टाइम डिफरेंस सबको ही पता होगा, मैं सुबह 4, 5 बजे उठती थी सारे टेस्ट मैचेस देखने. So that was
हाँ.
the kind of passion I had, which was unusual for at least, I would say, a girl. Like around me,
Yeah.
I had so many other friends who
Yeah.
were not doing that, and they were thinking, "ये
Right.
बिल्कुल पागल है, she's mad, she's
Yeah.
mad," So that's where it stems from, and of course, उसके बाद,
Who's laughing now though? Just way you're
oh,
breaking
there.
up.
लगता है कि आ गया, आ गया. Yeah, I can
Sorry,
see
you
you
broke
now.
up, Zainab. I think you'll have to give it a second. Yeah, I think you're
Can you
back.
see me? Yeah, I'm back.
Yes, yes. Huh.
Yeah.
So I said,
So
look who's
yeah,
laughing now in terms
no,
of
no,
you being obsessed about cricket.
I think they're me, and I'm actually seeing a lot of my friends are tuning in as well. Like they're writing all these
Zainab, do you
comments.
think this is your net or mine? Just out of curiosity.
I can hear you perfectly fine. I don't.
यार, sorry guys. I don't know why
Can
the.
you?
Do you think this is my
I can
net?
hear you really well. Like your
I
net
can
is
try.
lagging a little, but I can see.
Okay, so I changed it. Let's try. I'm on my 4G now. You keep.
Acha, can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
No. Sorry guys.
Wait, let
Sorry, this was really fun, but we are. I guess I can move.
I put it on 4G. I put it on 4G.
So
Can
have
you see me?
I. Should we try? Yeah, I can hear you, and you keep blocking. Should we try one more?
Now
If
can you
not, I'll
see?
go to another room also, and we can try.
I mean, I can see you where I hear you. Yeah. I think you need to change your
It's
room.
getting warmed up. It's me. I think we're okay now, and then if it doesn't work, I'll change my room. बड़ी मुश्किल से मैंने
Okay.
लाइटिंग सेट की है यार, आपको पता है डायरेक्टर हूँ मैं.
मुझे पता है, मुझे
दूसरे
पता है, सब पता है मुझे.
दूसरे कमरे में
हाँ,
जाके चिपैक ऐसे लग रहा हूँगा. Um,
हाँ, हाँ.
but I think it's okay. You're a little blurry to me, but should we try? Should we go ahead?
Actually, you're so clear to me at this point of time. Like I can see everything.
Which is why it's you or me. I don't know.
Really? I put it on 4G by the way. I've switched to 4G, so I don't
Okay,
know.
so let's go. So आप अभी हम ऑस्ट्रेलिया की बात कर रहे थे. आप सुबह उठती थी and you were just obsessed with cricket and you were writing for ESPN at the time. You're
Hmm.
writing blogs.
Yeah, so from there it kind of
Oh
I
my
went
God.
to England to
Oh.
study. Can you can you see
Mm-hmm.
me?
Yeah. Yeah. I can. I'm trying to move around. Maybe it'll. Now you're
Okay.
better. Okay, बोले.
Yeah, so I went to England to study and then I came back and I was just like, I have to do something about this passion of mine. I'm not going to do a 9 to 5 job.
What did you study
'Cause
in England?
I did my master's in marketing and strategy from University of Warwick.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Good school.
but I mean, like, it was just one of those things कि भी मैंने 9 to 5 job नहीं करनी. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't want to be sitting behind a desk and doing all of that. So I came back and I auditioned for, this local channel, Dunya News. वहाँ पे मुझे पता चला कि कोई show हो रहा है cricket का. And, you should go. My mom really pushed me into it. She's like, जाओ, जाओ, जाओ. तुम्हें इतना शौक है, तुम इतनी पागल हो. Do something about it. So I actually went very nonchalantly, like thinking that,
हाँ.
nothing's gonna ever come out of it. But so yeah, so I went and I gave the audition, and the audition was actually quite interesting because I went in and the first thing the guy asked me was like, "आपको पता है कि reverse swing क्या होती है?" And I was like, "अच्छा भाई, पता है मुझे." मतलब कि
Uh,
like at least
mansplaining, huh? Right, right
I
into it.
they got right into it because they just wanted to see कि इसको असल में कुछ आता भी है कि नहीं. But obviously मैं तो
हाँ.
मतलब I was following it very closely from a very long time. So and then they told me to prepare different topics के जाओ और कैमरे के सामने तुम्हें देखते हैं कि तुम्हारा confidence कितना है ये वो. So I did like I think 3 or 4 auditions. And yeah, I got the gig. And from there, once one opportunity is there, then more doors open. So
Hmm.
एक वो मैंने किया. मैंने सोचा था कि मैं सिर्फ ये वर्ल्ड कप का टूर्नामेंट है मैं अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए करूंगी एंड
Hmm.
देन I'll switch to something else. But वो इतना हिट हो गया कि उसके बाद I was just like okay, this I really enjoyed this and I really want to do this. And it was never really कि oh I want to be in front of the camera or I want to be a television personality or I want to be whatever, like known or whatever. It was never that. It was just, oh my God, I'm talking about cricket. So this
Yeah,
is what I love.
your घर वाले were
So
like finally like someone's like listening to all your analysis, right? Like the whole world is listening now.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much how it started, Adnan. And from PSL, it was just like, you know, the rest
And so
is
it was
history.
because Dunya was doing shows at PSL at the time. What PSL was this? Number three, two?
कौन
No,
सा
no,
हुआ?
no. This is even before PSL.
Acha, it's even before PSL. So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you basically got picked up to be on the panel of PSL through.
So I started doing these shows, and obviously you start getting noticed. And people were like, "Oh, who is this girl who knows a little about cricket?" type thing.
Hmm.
You start getting noticed and stuff, but like उस वक्त तक PSL आया नहीं था. उसके बाद मुझे जब PSL अभी आने लगा था, तो मुझे फोन आया from obviously the Pakistan Cricket Board, and they were saying, "कि we're looking for a presenter. Would you be interested?" And at that point, I was like, "ये क्या है PSL?" I mean, none of us before it started. I was like, none of us had any
Yeah.
idea how big it would become, right? I
Vision
mean,
क्या थी उनकी? Yeah.
and also, sadly, I have to say that my faith in the league actually being launched and being executed well and becoming such a success was quite low because of the fact that काफी दफा हम सुन चुके थे कि ये आ रही है PSL लेकिन आई नहीं. But I have to
Hmm.
say that I was lucky because I had a very supportive boss at Dunia News, and he said to me कि नहीं तुम्हें opportunity आ रही है तो तुम go for it. So
Hmm.
I did that, and then उसके बाद आपको पता ही है कि PSL was a massive success, and then I did the World Cup for the ICC.
Yeah, right.
I did a gig with Star Sports. I anchored for them Asia Cup में. So like it's been great. Yeah, thankfully.
It's amazing. Sorry, go ahead. For
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
who has no cricketing background or, in the sense of like having family in cricket, though apparently your father did play, I was researching. But
Yeah,
the proper
yeah.
like cricket lineage, just for you to make it, it's such an amazing thing. And also because there's so many women, अब आजकल लड़कियां, they're thinking about वो क्या बन सकती हैं, हम मुस्तकबिल में क्या बनेंगे. Now you kind of become a role model for them also. And I just think it's so fascinating how you kind of created a niche जहाँ हमें पता भी नहीं था कि हमें ज़रूरत है. And then also, I think as PSL developed as a brand, you kind of also developed with it because that was Pakistan's face to the world. Being, a strong cricketing nation is one of the things we have to offer. And I think with that, you also kind of, you were kind of pushed to be kind of at one level, kind of part of the team that is being exposed to the world, right?
Yeah, I mean, frankly
Cultural
speaking, Adnan,
ambassador.
yeah, I mean, like for the first year when I did the PSL, I'll be honest, I was a bit lost and not really sure of what I'm doing. And now that I look back, I look at my first year work, and I'm just like, I wasn't that great, like, seriously, like I was looking at my some of my
That's great.
stuff, and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm so stiff in front of the
Cringing.
camera, and like,
Yeah.
like when you compare yourself to the first gig you did,
Oh,
and then you
yeah.
compare
Oof.
yourself to what you are now, there's a massive difference.
Yeah.
मैं इतनी nervous थी और मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रही थी कि मैं कहाँ आ गई हूँ. This is a world of broadcasting is completely different. I'm working with international commentators, Alan Wilkins, ये वो, and मुझे कुछ समझ नहीं आ रही थी. Honestly, I'll be honest. I like 50% of the reaction was कि no, okay, great, at least she's trying. The other 50% was like कि भाई इसको तो कुछ पता ही नहीं है. Like she's not as fluent, and like like you read all these comments and feedback. And now that I look back, I think I agree with all those people. I don't think that, but you learn, right? You learn,
Yeah.
and there's no such thing as being a finished product as soon as you get on your job. Like you learn so much with every experience, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, now I
Tell
feel
me about
5 years. Hmm.
early cringe moment. Something you were really now looking back, you're like, yeah. Every time you look at that, you're just like, ये क्या किया था मैंने?
Yeah, there were lots of cringe moments. Like, I mean,
एक आध बता दो.
people might not remember it. I made a few blunt. You see, the difference in recordings and doing a live show or live broadcast is that there's no room for error in a
जी,
live broadcast.
बिल्कुल.
You say something incorrectly, and the whole world is watching, and then they just
Yeah.
hang on to it, and they're like, "देखा? इसको कुछ नहीं पता,"
Yeah.
like,
ऐसा
oh,
ही है.
I mean,
ऐसा ही
look,
है.
at the end of the day, we're all human, right? You might be the best anchor or the best actor in the world, but sometimes you do make a mistake, right? Everybody,
People
that's
are
just
not
how
very
it works.
forgiving. People are
They are
not very
not
forgiving.
forgiving
But
at
but
all.
remind this. but tell me, listen. Okay, someone asked this and you can answer it or you can choose not to. But a lot of things that came up was that Babar Azam tweet, right? That
Yeah.
what was that whole thing? So you tweeted that Babar Azam was basically, you said son of Mickey, and what were you trying to say and how was it construed or misconstrued?
Yeah, I think it was misconstrued. And to be honest, I had a talk with Babar about it afterwards as well. What the
Hmm.
way I said it and the way he interpreted it, or I think I know what happened, right? I know what happened in that bus. Obviously, they got into the bus and they read my tweet. सारे boys ने उसको थोड़ा सा, like pump up
हाँ,
किया
तंग,
कि
हाँ,
यार
चाबी
देखो
देते
क्या
हैं।
कह रही है,
हाँ,
तुझे वो कोच का बेटा बना दिया टाइप, इस किस्म का। तो वो पीछे से आई नो दैट बहुत सी सारे बॉयज ने उसको पंप किया उस तरह करके, सो दैट्स व्हाई ही रिस्पोंडेड इन द वे ही डिड। बट मेरी इंटेंशंस कोई ऐसी नहीं थी। मिकी से अगर आप आई एम स्टिल काइंड ऑफ इन टच विद मिकी। मिकी से अगर आप बात भी करोगे ना आज भी, तो वो आपको यही कहेगा कि बाबर वाकई जो है मेरे बेटों की तरह है, बट ही डजंट मीन दैट इन अ नेगेटिव वे, ही मीन्स इट इन अ
हाँ,
पॉजिटिव वे कि मैंने उस लड़के को, अब याद करो, पीपल हैव अ रियली शॉर्ट मेमोरी, दैट ही वाज वन गाय जिसको सब कह रहे थे कि ही इज नॉट टेस्ट मैच मटेरियल, and Mickey
right,
still supported him and said कि नहीं, he is going to be the superstar of Pakistan cricket and he's going to do well in tests as well. हमारा पूरा मीडिया जो था वो चीथड़े और आ रहा था कि he's a limited overs batsman, he's a limited overs batsman, he's not a test player.
exactly.
He So I was just saying कि like what I was saying is कि he has been like a father figure in his life who has mentored him, and he will admit that there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong in saying that.
I mean, it's
And
like what Yunus Khan says about Bob Wilmer, for example.
yeah, that's what I meant. It wasn't like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
he favors Babar Azam over anybody else. Babar is
अच्छा, वो लग रहा है.
वो उसको, because you see हमारे मीडिया में कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो कि
Of
नेगेटिव
course.
कॉनोटेशन जरूर निकालते हैं कि यार ये तो भाई उसका कोच का फेवरेट है इसीलिए इसको टीम में रखा हुआ है। सो ही प्रॉब्ली वाज थिंकिंग कि ये शायद लोग समझेंगे कि सफारशी है या व्हाटएवर, राइट? बट वी नो दैट बाबर इज देयर बिकॉज ऑफ हिज स्किल्स, एंड उसके
No,
बाद
he's
मेरा उससे क्लियर आउट भी हो गया
phenomenal.
था। I mean, I spoke to him afterwards. I actually met his dad, by the way, on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, I met his dad. I was coming to Dubai for PSL, and I don't know who he is. He just came up to me and he said, मैं बाबर का अब्बू हूँ। तो मैंने कहा जी, कहते हैं अब मजाक में उड़ा के से कहा रियल वाला अब्बू। तो
Well
मैंने
done.
कहा मैंने कहा ओ ओके, एंड ही इज लाइक मैं ना आपको बहुत अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ और आज मैं माजरत करना चाहता हूँ बाबर, वो उसने ऐसे ही बचपने में। मैंने कहा अंकल ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है, लाइक आई कम्प्लीटली अंडरस्टैंड, which is why, by the way, I never responded to that because I don't engage in such
Good.
kind of conversations. But anyway, I mean it was cleared out. We don't even
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
it.
done,
We
done, done.
yeah.
But Babar Azam's father is supposed to be phenomenal. Apparently, he used to make Babar sit on the back of his motorbike and go around. And like, there's a great story that he was like the really diligent and caring father, his actual father. Like, I've heard these great stories about it. Like, Babar was just the first one to come, the last one to leave, and his father really believed in him. So,
Babar is like a machine.
yeah.
The only thing he does, मेरा ख्याल है वो नींद में भी शायद shadow practice batting कर रहा होगा or something like that. He is like a machine. He is obsessed with what he does and he is brilliant at it. And उसका family का obviously बीच में बहुत बड़ा हाथ है। उसके father, मैं जितने भी tours पे गई हूँ, he's always been present. He's always been present to support him, laud him, whatever you want to call it. But like he's been very, very supportive. So yeah.
Do you think so? I mean, well, let's move on to a little bit about the commentary, and then let's get into the cricket. Um, it seems like it seems like a really fun team, especially when everyone gets together. Just a PSL pe, just the whole team, like and I hung out with a bunch of you at Wasim and Shanira's also, but just like Danny and like Michael Slater, Wilkins, like Fakhre Alam, Bazid, like you guys seem to be, and of course, this year we had a Rouge Mumtaz. I forgot her first name, Naidu.
Cass. Cass.
Yes, Kat.
Cass Nadu.
And so, like, just like it seems like you guys are, and of course Rambo. So you guys are having a lot of fun. Tell me about the camaraderie there, and it feels like जब भी हम ad break से वापस आते हैं, there's an inside joke that's just finishing.
Well, you're right, actually. Adnan, it's just like pretty much like what you experience when you're working on a set, right?
Yeah.
We are with these people 24/7. So they come to Pakistan, and the moment they hit, they hit the hotel. After that, it's pretty much all of us hanging out together. आप उन्हीं के साथ खाते हो, आप उन्हीं के साथ पीते हो, आप उन्हीं की शक्लें देखते हो 24/7. So in order to keep the positive energy, you have to have a little bit of banter. You have to be comfortable. And you would know more than anybody else that अगर आपकी team, if your team is getting along, that reflects on camera as well.
Of
अगर
course.
आपकी सबकी बन रही है तो वो एक natural, एक ease, because with us as well, there's no such thing as कि जी आप acting, मतलब you are in front of the camera, but you have to be as natural as you can. So all my linking and throwing to interviews or speaking to the guests, if I don't know them, I probably won't be able to ask all the tougher questions or questions so it's like it's really
It's a
interesting. But
family.
we were divided into two crews this time, because remember एक time पे match कराची में हो रहा था, एक time पे लाहौर में हो रहा था, या एक time पे मुल्तान में हो रहा था, एक time पे पिंडी में हो रहा था. So I was in the Multan and Lahore crew. I wasn't really in the Karachi crew, but I did studio from Karachi for a few days. So we were all on rotation, and it was just the best time that I've had. It was so much fun. Like, I mean, you don't get time to scratch your head because you
Yeah.
get so busy when you're doing double headers, and सुबह आप मतलब because अगर match 2 बजे start हो रहा था, we had to be there at around 11 o'clock or something like that. So it was crazy. With us ladies, of course, you have to get your hair, makeup, all of that
Yeah, it
stuff
takes
down,
time.
and then prepare for it as well. It's not like मैं ऐसे उठ के आ जाती हूँ. You have to make notes. You need to know what you're talking about.
I love that you still have a pen, by the way, and both of us were still like studiously making notes. The way to work,
Yeah.
guys. But
Yeah.
you and Irvin Holland have such a beautiful sisterhood. Honestly, it's you see brotherhoods a lot. Pakistan में you don't see this sisterhood as much in the. I think हमारे ड्रामों में इतना उसको promote नहीं किया जाता. हमारे culture में we can get into why or why not. But it's so amazing to see the two of you, and it's really like girls supporting girls. So that's what's that about? How did that start?
Adnan, I think you're right. इतना नहीं किया जाता because हमारी industry में, and I'm talking about all our
Media,
fields.
चलें.
There is so much jealousy, and there is so much insecurity within people that I just don't understand. Like, nobody can see anybody else doing well. Why?
Yeah.
I don't get that. I mean, मेरे लिए यही बहुत बड़ी बात थी कि that girl, she came from Australia. She took the risk to come to Pakistan. And before that as well, last year as well, she did that. And she had absolutely no qualms about being here or stepping out without security. And that whole perception, ki it's unsafe, it's unsafe. It is
I know.
prevalent.
Of course.
It is
And especially
it is
being a woman and being a very attractive woman. And we know a lot of our Pakistani brethren are, trying to figure out where somebody is and what's happening. And there is a sense of it. I mean, this was the first PSL that was in Pakistan. And there was a sense of, kya hoga, kya nahi hoga. But I saw that she was really open and had a sense of like really open to what Pakistan had to offer her. And I'm sure you had a big role to play in that.
I mean, like, she was very comfortable with being here. She was super interactive. She's just a lovely person. I think at the end of the day, if you're a good human being, that's what matters the most. कि आपका दिल साफ होना चाहिए, आपको अच्छा इंसान होना चाहिए. And she's always been so supportive. मैं कुछ करती हूँ, वो excited हो जाती है. She starts sharing it. She's always asked me for advice and tips, because she got into it much later. So
Right.
and I always help her out. I mean, like, I'll tell you something. There were times when I was obviously in the studio watching her do all the ground stuff. So if I picked up on something कि यार ये चीज़ ये थोड़ी सी different कर सकती है, I used to always message her. I like, why don't you do like this, right? Or little things like,
Helping
right,
her out,
उस
of
तरह से.
course.
Or she would help me on what I'm wearing, like something simple like that, right? So, but at the end of the day, like I said, The
Irvin
team
Holland, guys,
needs,
whoever's asking. Yeah, sorry. Just so
yeah,
we know.
the team needs to get along. That's the way I look at it. सबको इकट्ठे काम करना होता है बजाय इसके कि मैं ये देखूं कि ओ ये क्यों है यहाँ पे या I don't think like that. That's not the way I think.
No, then that's very clear. And I think, again, I think that's very positive. I think having a sisterhood showing that there's also women supporting women and you see it and kind of promoting that on your social media and seeing that is very important because you get that camaraderie between men. We're used to it also as Pakistanis. Who is the most shararti commentator though? बहुत शरारती हैं सारे मुझे बहुत शरारती लगते हैं
Shararti, I think Danny. He's
Danny
mad.
है ना
He's mad.
Yeah.
Like he is absolutely mad. I mean, he weirdly enough, if you actually do a test match with him, you know what he does? So he does his commentary stint, and then वो वहीं पे जमीन पे अपनी चादर बिछा के सो जाता है.
Nah.
And then yeah, सो जाता है, and then he wakes up when it's his time to do the commentary again. So
Wow.
yeah, but he's got such a great. पर मुझे तो समझ नहीं आती यार उसके अंदर इतनी एनर्जी कहाँ से आती है मतलब कि वो 60 साल से ज़्यादा ऊपर हो चुका है but he's got this crazy energy about him. So he's definitely the funniest guy to be
His
around.
wordplay is amazing. मतलब जो the way he kind of comes up with his catchphrases, he's just hilarious. I mean, he's
There's only one Danny Morrison. That's just
अच्छा दूसरी चीज is by the sorry this time it was funny I was supposed to come on and host they were trying to get celebs to come on who know a little bit about cricket and do commentary तो मैं तो बड़ा excited हो गया था खैर उन्होंने नहीं किया end में but क्योंकि
चलो
उन्होंने कहा
next time तुमसे करवाएंगे ना
नहीं जरूर मैंने तो बोल दिया लोगों को खैर मैं मुझे आना था और फिर उन्होंने कहा आप उर्दू वाले सेक्शन में हैं तो मैंने कहा ठीक है मैं उर्दू वाले में आ जाऊंगा but then that didn't happen but then I started listening to the Urdu commentary and I was like यार ये क्या सीन है अंग्रेजी में तो सारे बड़े चिल हैं हंसी मजाक लाइट और उर्दू में they were like butchering like when Waqar and Bazid would get together in Urdu it was like these guys were tearing everyone apart. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I of course I heard that and I was involved with it so I know like I did हाँ मतलब मैंने खुद भी बेसिकली जो ब्रीफ हमें मिली हुई थी वो ये थी कि हमें कन्वेंशनल उम्दा शाट वाली कमेंट्री नहीं चाहिए हमें
जा रहे आना अंदाज में बैटिंग कर रहे हैं
हाँ कदमों का इस्तेमाल किया इन्होंने और आगे जाके you know like that we don't want that PT
but I love Chishti Mujahid you know he was an incredible commentator
यार
he was one who started that old world
Look, I have a lot of respect for these people. I'm not like,
no, I know.
The thing was that times have changed.
T20
now, right?
is different. So, yeah, T20 is also different. And
people want to hear something which is, on the lighter side. So we were told that जिस तरह से आप conversation करते हो cricket के ऊपर, which is very normal and not specifically वो खालिस उर्दू वाली, आप उसी तरह करो. So that's why everybody was trying to have a bit of fun. A bit of banter was going on. Jokes बड़े मारे जा रहे थे हर किस्म के कई लोगों को अच्छा लगा कई लोगों को नहीं अच्छा लगा कई लोगों ने कहा कि उर्दू का इन्होंने धज्जियां उड़ा दी हैं उर्दू लैंग्वेज के तबाह कर दिए इन लोगों ने ये कर दिया यार जो भी है लेकिन एक चलो कम से कम इनिशिएटिव तो लिया है ना उसको अप्रिशिएट करो हमारे लोगों को भी वो they just need any reason to pounce on you and criticize anything but
No, I felt like Bazid and Waqar especially, they were like, oh, koi Alif Noon ki koi act thi or something, where Waqar would play like straight lace and Bazid, who, by the way, I've known since under 19, I used to play with him in Islamabad. But I was just like so shararti, it cracked me up like hardcore because I didn't know this side of him. Acha ji, PSL, I think though, Zainab has done a great service to Pakistan. I think Isal especially, I think the TV coverage was really good. I knew the people who were doing the coverage this year and they were quite nervous. And obviously then the whole COVID thing happened, so they couldn't finish the whole thing. But I felt overall the coverage was really good. And I felt like the commentators and the foreign players really enjoyed it. But what is the inside information? Like, was it really that big, as big a success as we all think it is?
It was probably the best that we've had so far. And I'm not saying this because I was involved with it. I'm saying this because it was all staged in Pakistan. There is no cricket. I feel like there's no comparison. cricket in Pakistan, cricket in UAE, there's absolutely no comparison. The kind of uh, passion and energy and that fervor that I saw amongst our fans, it was just incredible. Like Multan, I mean, I was there in Multan. Multan was the best. Like it was outstanding. The kind of crowd that we got there. And pata hai, logo ne, it wasn't just like, people who turned up. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody just seemed to be enjoying it so much. Like whether it's the commentators and आपको पता ही है कि उनकी entertainment full जा रही थी. It wasn't like they were restricted to maybe शायद players का इतना वो नहीं होगा लेकिन players की भी मुझे पता है कि entertainment चल रही थी कोई ना कोई. हमारा भी यही था. We were being called, we met a very nice family in Multan. They did several like dinners or whatever for us. So we had a blast, and everybody really really enjoyed themselves. Even like इन लोगों को honestly जितना लगता है ना कि security and ये वो, they were very much like bhai, we're getting into an Uber and going wherever we have to, right? So
This is the Goras, or the foreigners, not the Goras, but the
yeah, I'm talking about like
Farangs.
Danny, I'm talking about Erin, I'm talking about H.T. Ackerman, Michael Slater. I took Michael Slater out for dinner here. Have you been to Sumo? Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
of
if you've
course.
been to Sumo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I took him to Sumo here
And it's
with
so
Michael.
nice. It looks like it could be anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and Michael Atherton joined us.
Nice.
So yeah, so it was just like, and I have to tell you this. So with Athers, that's what we call him. We all know that he's like the most incredible, most humble person that you'll come across, apart from
He's
being the best
incredible,
analyst.
yeah.
I literally, I met him at the ground and I said to him, okay, how are you? He's like, oh, I'm just here for like 3-4 days, regular catch up, brief chat. He did my interview, I did his interview he's doing this PSL documentary.
Documentary, I
And
know. Sent him some
yeah,
footage.
so I was taking the commentators out just because I wanted them to be out of the hotel and, experience what Pakistan is like.
Yeah, of course.
So I dropped him an email and I said, oh, hey, Athas, we're going out for a dinner tomorrow. If you're free, which I know that your schedule is tight, just join us. So he said, we're shooting till sunset and, this documentary. But if I'm free, I'll join you. Can you just drop the address? So I dropped the address to him on email. And I was like, यार ये कहाँ आएगा? ये तो मतलब busy है अपनी. यार वो असल में आ गया. मतलब the door opened and I was like, oh, it's Athers. So what is he? And then he like what I'm trying to say is कि he was so chill about getting there himself and कोई security ये वो कि जी हम डरे हुए हैं पाकिस्तान में, कुछ ऐसा नहीं था. So yes,
Well
we all got
done.
along really
Well done to the PCB. Well done to, Wasim Khan and all the organization. Well done to our forces and the police and the management. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, in these times to be able to pull that off, and for these guys to feel so safe about it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a shame the way the tournament ended, of course, with everything that was going on. But credit जाता है, PCB को credit जाता है, वसीम खान को जाता है, एहसान मानी, जो whoever was involved, right? Like
Mani, of
all the,
course, Hassan Mani.
हमारे जो army के लोग, police, everybody
Bilkul.
involved into making this a success. So yeah, they're
It just
all.
feels like, Pakistan's back on the map. Honestly, I mean, I went to study in America. It's been, 15 years now. But like, I remember when I came back, we still felt part of the global conversation. और अब ये लगता है कि, हम बिल्कुल ही साइड पे हट गए थे. और अब things like PSL, all of a sudden make you feel proud कि यार हमारे मुल्क में ऐसी चीजें हो सकती हैं और होती थी और आगे होंगी और बहुत affect होता है हमारे self esteem पे, I think. As a nation, as individuals. So
नहीं
I think
मुझे तो बहुत खुशी होती है यार. मैंने तो and I guess तुमने भी, you've seen that glorious childhood of yours where you used to actually go to the ground. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day कि यार
Pindi
Pizza
Stadium was...
Hut से pizza लेके we used to go in. It was like a picnic, going and watching a match. It was an alternative source of entertainment for us. I mean, and it was so sad that it ended, but it's coming back. So hopefully out of quarantine, we get to see more games.
Inshallah. So this year's PSL, let's talk a little bit about it. The teams that were at the bottom of the list last year were at the top this year. What do you think happened? It's kind of amazing, yaar. I mean, Multan, Lahore, and Karachi Kings are your top 3 teams, and like Zalmi and Quetta and Islamabad, like these like great brands at the bottom. क्या हुआ? आपने क्या note किया इस दफा?
मैंने ये नोट किया है कि सबसे पहले तो मुल्तान was phenomenal. I mean, the way they looked invincible at one point. And I feel कि उन्होंने बड़ी मेहनत की है, with all the data analysts that Ali got, and he put this
Yeah.
team together. And
तीन
I think
एनालिस्ट
उनकी
थे. अच्छा sorry, शुरू just to bring back Bazid and Waqar were taking the mickey out of them for bringing these analysts in one of the early games. I remember they're like, नहीं उन्होंने analyst से पूछना चाहिए. हाँ नहीं Waqar भाई analyst. Da, da, da. And then at the end of the tournament, when you saw, because I mean they have like 4 or 5 players who were all 40. This was Multan, right? Like they had Imran Tahir, they had Mohammad Irfan, they had Lala, they had a couple of other players, and so yet they were like at the top of it. And it was because I think they were able to use their minds. They didn't have the body. Didn't have these like crazy young players.
Mm. I think their combination was really good, Adnan. I mean, that's what I thought. कि उनकी जो the balance of their squad. So they had their spinners, Imran Tahir, Shahid Afridi,
Moeen
Moeen
Ali.
Ali. So they had a really good balance. And then in the seam pace attack, they had Muhammad Ilyas. They had who else was it? Muhammad Irfan. So I
Then
mean,
Irfan, Junaid.
yeah. So, and then in terms of their batting clicked at the top. Shan Masood was sort of playing the anchoring role. And then we also had, Moeen Ali scoring runs. Then James Vince, he scored in the beginning as well. So,
Riley Russo
I mean,
also
like
played well in the two
Riley
games.
Russo,
And then
that
Zishan Ashraf,
underwhelming.
what did you think? I mean, he was I wouldn't say, I mean, we were hoping for more from him, but he was definitely a top 5 find this year in terms of the 5 people I looked out for.
I think PSL की जो सबसे exciting चीज है, it is the new players that come through. I mean, Zishan Ashraf, Haider Ali. Haider Ali
Heather
was so
Ali,
impressive.
he
I mean,
was.
just the way he was playing, literally, people start comparing him to Babar Azam, but I mean, it's too
Uh,
early to be saying that. But I do feel he's got so much potential, and so does Zishan. So that's what I love about PSL, that you get to see all these, you get to see the future of Pakistan cricket. Yeah, I personally really enjoyed that aspect.
No, I agree. And, that's like our T20 team has been made up of all these PSL stars. I mean, back in the day, Shadab came out of it. Hassan Ali kind of showed up, Fahim showed up. All these guys who kind of were the core of our T20 team for so long were taken out of sort of the PSL. But this year, I still feel like besides Heather Ali, really, and maybe Zishan, and I think Khushdil played well also, but वही वाली बात है कि हमारे जो बैट्समैन है अभी तक उस लेवल की नहीं निकल रहे. I mean, all the attention is on Heather Ali. Sohail Akhtar is a little older now, but you still are not getting that quality of batsman. And you still see that on top of it, besides Babar Azam, I mean, all your and actually Shan Masood, who played really well this year, unexpectedly, because no one expects him to be a T20 player. And Shadab, by the way, who was kind of like, he always wanted to be Steve Smith, and finally he's like batting like Steve Smith. But what I'm saying is, वो इतने ज़्यादा हमारे नए batsmen नहीं आ रहे जितना हम चाहते हैं. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, historically, if you see, we've not been a batsman producing nation. We've been a
Azam Khan.
bowlers producing nation. Um, all the legends that we've had, Wasim, Waqar. So I think एक तो आपके जो heroes होते हैं, वो ही आगे inspire करते हैं youngsters को to take up whatever department they're in, whether it's bowling, batting, whatever. So एक तो ये चीज़ है. दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि your domestic structure. I know that there is been a change, and initially we used to have like over 30 teams. It was not competitive at all. You need to, which is why they've changed the structure now, and you've got regional teams जिसमें के 6 sides आ गई हैं और थोड़ा सा change हो गया है system. So I'm hoping कि in the long run that does impact and improve the quality of the cricketers that are being produced. Because जब आपके पास pool ही इतना बड़ा है cricketers का, तो quality कहीं ना कहीं तो compromise होगी ना. So that is, and then the pitches. Let's not forget the pitches. That's also been a struggle. The kind of ball that's used,
Yeah.
Duke ball हो गया या Kookaburra ball हो गया. पहले Grace ball जो था
Consistency.
वो. हाँ. So मेरा ख्याल से कि ये एक जो आपकी national team होती है ना, it's a reflection of what's at the bottom. The reason why India has
Of
done
course.
so well is because they have really worked hard in developing their cricket, they're developing their grassroots, right? So you're talking about academies in literally every little center of theirs. वो उनकी MRF academy है, फिर कितनी academies है. They have the money, right? They have the money. They fly in the best people. Glenn McGrath comes in to give coaching and उस तरह से lectures. So we're talking about a different market, but I think it's the right step. I do feel that we needed to shorten the teams. And eventually, if your structure is fixed, I do feel like you are going to produce better quality batsmen. Because remember, Babar Azam came from the same system that we've seen. ठीक है, लेकिन वो अब जाके और भी बेहतर हो गया because उसने इतनी क्रिकेट खेली है. He has played against the best, which is why he's become so good, right? Like उसके अंदर टैलेंट तो था, बट लाइक टेस्ट क्रिकेट में जितनी उसने ज्यादा खेली है, यू रिमेम्बर दैट इनिंग्स अगेंस्ट डेल स्टेन इन साउथ अफ्रीका, so many other innings ऑस्ट्रेलिया के खिलाफ. I can count a few that I would say कि okay, this is the evolution of Babar Azam as a. बट मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि जब आप नीचे अपने स्ट्रक्चर को ठीक करोगे तो फिर ये नौबत नहीं आएगी. Then you will already get people who are like you're seeing in India in the IPL. You're seeing some just really brilliant batsmen who have a range of strokes. They're technically much more, equipped.
I think it's also exposure, and I think now with cricket coming back and PSL coming in, and also like I was shadowing Ali at the Tereen Academy, for example, right? Just to give one example, and it was amazing because Jonty Rhodes came in. We had David Parsons, who's an off spinner. He came in. We had Batty come in, Gareth Batty. We had Azhar Mahmood training all these guys from just one particular region, and I saw the kind of information. This guy Gio Colossi, who by the way is an amazing coach. I don't know if you know, he's a South African batting specialist. But the kind of intelligence that these guys were bringing was stuff that a lot of these guys didn't have. And you had you had Umar Khan at the camp, you had Khushtil, you had like these upcoming emerging players at the camp. And I saw the kind of intelligence that these guys were bringing in. And it was kind of the next level. And I thought कि जब तक ये यहाँ आएंगे नहीं और सिखाएंगे नहीं, or trained international coaches, I don't think the system is really going to change. And not that our former players aren't good coaches, they are, but just learning from Pakistani stalwarts.
Kind of. No, I completely agree with you. देखो जो उनकी जो कोचिंग होती है वो एक प्रॉपर प्रोसेस से गुजरे होते हैं टू बिकम द कोचेस दैट दे आर, राइट? वहां पे काउंटीज में, इंग्लैंड में या फिर ऑस्ट्रेलिया में शेफील्ड शील्ड के, सो दे हैव, लाइक आई सेड, द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वर्ड हियर इज स्ट्रक्चर, राइट? They have a structure, they know how to bring out the best in you, and there is a sense of professionalism. I feel like professionalism is one thing that's really lacking in our system. Like anybody can just get up and become coach. Don't you think that's really strange? Don't you think there needs to be some kind of criteria, qualification before you become coach? कोई भी उठ के batting coach बन जाता है. Just because you played the game does not mean that you will be a great coach. जो एक
I mean, you need to be
a good student doesn't always make a great teacher, right? So that's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, that's another topic for another day, but I think you're 100% right. I think also exposure to the world and also new ways. I think mental much stronger, right? Like, I think that is an aspect that people don't really focus on. I mean, people are doing like work in like, neuroscience now, when their batting coaches are working on neuroscience to see how you get distracted or why you get out, what are you reflecting on, you're getting into like wellness, you're getting into meditation. So these are besides the actual skill level. So hopefully that'll change. But I want to keep moving on. Should we get into our teams?
Oh, let's do it.
You want me to start or will you start?
Up to you. You're the host today.
You're loving this. I think we should go with you. देखिए, मैंने ज़ैनब से रिक्वेस्ट की थी कि वो अपनी ऑल टाइम पाकिस्तानी 12 प्लेयर्स पे एक 12th मैन ऑल टाइम वनडे या लिमिटेड ओवर टीम बनाएं. तो ज़ैनब आप ऐसे करेंगे, हम दोनों दिखाएं?
No, I'll read it out. I've got it. I'll read it out. So I've got Saeed Anwar in my starting 11. Then I've got Babar Azam. Babar Azam is part of my 11.
Opener. By the way,
Then
this
I've,
is in the batting order.
yes, of course. It is in
Even
the
I've put
batting
him as
order.
opener. Yeah.
Yeah, Babar Azam does open. He's
Yeah.
essentially that.
I,
Then at number three, I've got Zahir Abbas.
dude, you're
Um,
kidding me. Can you just look here? Saeed
oh
Anwar, Babar
wow,
Azam, Zahir Abbas. Nice.
look.
Nice.
Then I've got Inzi,
Yeah.
number four. Then I've got Miadad,
You put
at number
Miadad,
five.
okay.
Yeah,
And you
I
took
put.
him out of his position also. Sure.
I mean, you can change it up a little. There's no harm
No, I'm just
in that.
messing. Yeah.
Hmm. Then Imran Khan, of course, he has to be there.
Captain?
Then, yeah, of course. Um, and then Moin Khan as your wicketkeeper.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, then I've got two spinners in the form of Shahid Afridi and Saqlain Mushtaq. And Afridi
Ah.
can bat as well, so that makes your batting a little deep because मतलब आठ and then आगे वसीम भाई भी कर लेते थे. Then you've got Wasim, Waqar, and then your 12th man is Shoaib Akhtar.
He's your
So
12th
that's
man.
my team. Yeah.
Interesting. I like it. I like it.
What's
This was,
your team?
by the way, this was being played in England, ना? तो मैंने दो spinner नहीं डाले.
Acha,
That's a,
I didn't know that. Sorry,
I wrote to you. I was like, the match is in England.
Oh, sorry. I completely
Chalo.
forgot about that. Because
So,
so if it was in England, then I probably would not play an extra spinner, right? I'd probably have Shoaib or something like that. Probably
I
an
put
extra
Razak.
or an all-rounder. All-rounder. I was gonna say or an all-rounder, yeah. A
So, I agree with you.
pace bowling all-rounder.
I agree with you,
Hmm.
Saeed Anwar, greatest like opening batsman, and I think there was no one else who was as just who compared. I liked Amir Sohail, but no one else really over the years. So Babar Azam because he's just an all-round great and he fits in. Zahir Abbas I never saw obviously play, but when I saw some of his highlights and then I saw his record yesterday, like what a phenomenal record to have back then, yeah. Like his average in one day was like 47, and this is in the 70s and 80s.
It was
Inzi at number
crazy.
four.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I didn't choose Miadad. I thought about it, but I went with Mohammad Yusuf. I just so elegant.
Oh. I don't know, it's just my opinion. I feel like Mohammad Yusuf was a better test batsman
Test.
than
He was a
an
better test
ODI
batsman.
batsman. But visually, he's still one of my favorite batsmen of all time. Like I would put him visually probably even above Inzi. Just like
Yeah.
his cover drive is
Oof.
perhaps the best that you will
Better
ever
than
see
Babar
from any.
Azam's?
I think I don't know. I mean, this is a tough one, but I mean, I feel like Babar is like poetry when he's playing those cover
Hmm.
drives. But Moyo for me just tops everybody. I mean, if you saw
So
him in
graceful.
motion, he was that inside out cover drive that he used to play. I
Oof.
don't know if you remember. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just epic. Yeah.
God,
So,
that
but
one
I do
summer,
feel
that one year he scored that like, I don't know, kitne, 1700 runs or
yes,
something, or was it
yes.
1100 runs?
I उसने
It's like
डबल सेंचुरी भी मारी थी
insane.
इंग्लैंड में. Hmm.
Ah. So I mean, I kept him just for that reason. Also, like me, I mean, Miadad was great, but for modern cricket, I felt like I don't know, Miadad was even though he hit that amazing six. Then obviously Imran Khan. Then I chose Rashid Latif over Muin Khan. I was always in the Rashid Latif camp. I can say this because I have
Oh,
no cricket affiliation, but I
yeah.
just thought he was so graceful behind. He was such a much better wicketkeeper. And I
He
remember
was.
when on debut he made a 50, and Jeffrey Boycott had like put up like a 50-pound note because it was in England. I think it was at 92 or 93 series, and I was just like this guy was just I found him very solid.
No, I think
Then I put
he was probably he. I agree with you, 100%. I think in terms of purely wicket keeping, there's been no better wicket keeper in Pakistan. I heard that Wasim Bari
वसीम बारी का कहते हैं
was I haven't seen him, so I can't really talk about that. I am putting Moin Khan only because of his batting abilities. I feel like limited overs may remember his sweep, like he could sweep the fast bowlers.
He could
So
sweep to long off. Like I've never seen any. Oh yeah, that one. Uh,
mm,
yeah, but I just found him kind of. I found him a little inconsistent. I found Rashid Latif a little more meaty and solid. Then I put in Abdul
mm.
Razak. I really thought about this one, and I was like, okay, I want to bat deep, and I thought, will it be Lala or Razak? But Razak when he was bowling in 2001, 2, 3, he was like kind of this guy. He'd bring it in last minute. He was he was getting a lot of wickets, and he was batting really well. He was kind of a Lance Klusner for a few years. So at his peak, I put him in, then Wasim Wakar and Saklan. Even though I thought of Saeed Ajmal because I saw a lot of him, but I think Saklan is belongs
Saklan
there,
was,
obviously.
yeah, Saklan was
Yeah.
definitely,
But for 12th, I
he
put in Shadab Khan because, like, what an incredible fielder. Like, what energy he brings to the game. You
So
know, so
Shoaib
I was
Akhtar
like,
आपको नहीं पसंद?
yeah, I mean, Shoaib's a friend and I mean, he's incredible. But for me, I was just trying to balance it out because I was like, Wakar and Shoaib, because Wasim Wakar, Shoaib bowled together. Even when they bowled together, we weren't the best team in the world. So, you know, it is like you can put them all together, but I just felt like, who would I take out? And I didn't want to put in another. I mean, I'd have to take out Abdul Razak and put in Shoaib Akhtar. And I thought, okay, let's keep Razak to keep the batting
No,
deep.
but you need an all-rounder in England, definitely
In
a pace bowling
England,
all-rounder. Yeah,
yeah.
so I would have kept him as well. And plus, Razak के जो flat छक्के थे, वो कोई भी
बट वो
नहीं beat
यॉर्कर
कर
पे
सकता.
मारता था यार मुझे जब जहां तक मुझे याद है
Yeah,
अच्छा
yeah.
जी अब जैनब अब आ जाते हैं because I think our fans have been waiting for a really long time कि बड़े मजे मजे के
Hmm.
सवाल लोगों ने पूछे हैं थोड़े से शायद
Hmm.
पर्सनल भी हों और अगर आपने नहीं जवाब देना ना देना I took out obviously the ones that might feel a little too much but I kept a couple in
Hmm.
that are not too
Okay.
much but please feel free to not answer them so guys we're gonna ask so this is starting off with AKT our friend Ali Tareen does
Oh
your
my
hubby
God.
get jealous when you're on air with Rambo
I don't know what to say
How
to
do you even
that.
answer? How do you even answer that, right?
How do you even answer that? No,
No.
the answer is no. He doesn't feel jealous with anybody. He's secure enough, regardless
Yeah,
of who
yeah.
it
So
is.
I'm gonna segue into that right now and come back to the questions because I think ये बहुत एक जरूरी मौजू है. You know, you just recently got married, and it seems like you guys have a good working relationship. In fact, there's another question, and then let's go from there, which was asked by uh, Samira Malik. She asked, "Okay, has
Hmm.
married life affected your work schedule?"
It hasn't, to be honest. I think there was always you need if you're in this field, you definitely need a supportive partner. Regardless of because if you're going work. And I feel like I am blessed in that regard because I do have somebody who understands that I will be away for certain periods, but when I'm home, then I'm completely at home. So you need that kind of security within your partner who understands that. So that is something that's not been an issue. I was very busy with PSL, but the nature of my work is such that there are certain periods when I do get completely free, like जिस टाइम पे क्रिकेट नहीं हो रही थी जिस तरह के आजकल तो कुछ भी
Hmm.
नहीं हो रहा तो we're spending a lot of time together but जिस टाइम पे क्रिकेट हो रही होती है so there is a mutual understanding like there's nothing hidden, right? This is what I was doing 4 years before and this is what I will be doing in the future. It's not like, and he knew that. So, if there is an understanding, then I feel like you can balance both the things.
Because I think पाकिस्तान में unfortunately बहुत सारी जो मुझे सुनने में आया कि खवातीन का यही मतलब होता है कि काम शादी से पहले कर लें शादी के बाद it's a little different and I think they also want to figure out क्या balance कैसे कर सकते हैं and what is the communication required so that you can do your work and also your husband can be supportive of it like what are the kinds of things that you kind of how do you make it work really
It's a very good topic because you are absolutely right. मैं तो सिर्फ अपनी एक्सपीरियंस की बात कर रही हूँ लेकिन आपने बात बिल्कुल ठीक बोली है कि बहुत से लोग जो देख रहे हैं जो सुन रहे हैं हमें इस वक्त they do face this issue. You have partners who are very controlling and they don't want you to be working. They want you to be at home. Just being at home and being in the kitchen, I guess. But इसमें ये है कि that's why they say कि जरा सोच समझ के शादी करें, you know, like you know,
हाँ.
yeah, and that's why I
और
probably took so long.
आपने जल्दी शादी नहीं की, like on the sense that you took your time, you know, you've come to a certain, and I always, when people ask me, I'm like, I think not that I'm married or have been, but my understanding is that you need to be a little more mature and have your expectations in place and be a little more fully formed as a person. आप इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे? Because हमारे यहाँ मतलब
I
यही है ना कि
feel like
21-22 साल की शादी उम्र में शादी कर लो.
yeah, मैं तो बिल्कुल advocate. I'm a huge advocate of get married at 30 or 31 or 32. You know, like I am one of those people. But that's only because I can speak from my experience, and of course, this
बिल्कुल.
does not mean that it's a successful formula that I'm advocating. I'm just saying कि मेरे experience में मुझे ये लगा है कि in my 20s I was still trying to discover my passion and what I wanted to do
Hmm.
with my life.
Hmm.
When I turned 27, 28, that's when I discovered my passion, and I was like, okay, you know, this is what I want to do. And at that time, of course, you are, you know, you have interests, and you have been with different people in your life. There's no such thing as कभी आपने experience ही उस तरह का कुछ नहीं किया हो. So there is obviously that element, but you see, marriage is a big thing. It's a compromise from both the sides. So what I'm saying is that there are times when you will have to be understanding, and there are times when your partner has to be understanding. So it's
Hmm.
very important that you choose the right person who
Hmm.
understands you and your life, and vice versa. So it's not just a one-way thing.
बिल्कुल.
If you're able to do that, then इसीलिए वो कहते हैं ना कि जल्दबाजी में कोई चीज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So my advice to everybody watching is, it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is that it has to be with the right person. And I get like a lot of people say to me like मुझे याद है, all my friends were getting married, and like they've got 2 kids, 3 kids
Hmm.
by now. Everybody is like, I think I'm the only one who doesn't have a child right now. Everybody around me is with babies, and you know, I decided that I don't want to do that, right? But that was because I was too focused on my career, and that's something that I love. And I just feel like there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. I don't feel age is an aspect. Yes, there is that element with women of the biological clock
Yeah.
ticking, blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
बच्चा
Kids
कैसे होगा,
40.
ये कैसे होगा, वो कैसे होगा. But I just feel like, you know what, cross the bridge when it comes. Don't
बिल्कुल.
overthink things कि यार अब मैं 31 की होगी हूँ, अब मैं 32 की होगी हूँ, अब मैं 40 की होगी हूँ और मेरा कुछ नहीं और बाकियों का हो रहा है. हर एक की जिंदगी डिफरेंट होती है. हर एक की जिंदगी you know, you have to look at yourself, and you have to feel, okay, am I happy at this point of time? Am I happy with the kind of work that I'm doing? If you are, then you don't need to think about कि जी मेरी अभी तक शादी क्यों नहीं हुई. I'm just saying things that are not in your control. Let's not focus on that. There will be a
बिल्कुल. नहीं नहीं.
time. There's a time for everybody. और trust me, जब वो time आएगा तो आपको पता चल भी जाएगा.
बिल्कुल. No, I think that's good advice. बहुत सारे, a lot of women are asking about this because I think, you know, like women want to have careers. They want to feel safe in the kind of work that they do, and also want, you know, don't want to feel harassed or bothered in that kind of space. So I think you're someone who, you know, has set certain boundaries. You still do your work and you're married, so you kind of manage this balance. And I hope that other women follow suit, because I think जब आप कहते हैं ना कि मुल्क आगे बढ़ेगा, हम आगे बढ़ेंगे, इंसानियत आगे बढ़ेगी, I think मर्द और औरत को मतलब हाथ, you know, हाथ में हाथ लेके आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा, especially इस society में, पाकिस्तान में. So I think you're a great role model on that front. Shumaila Malik wants to know, who's your favorite cricketer? World cricket.
Pakistani या overall?
Who's your favorite cricketer?
At this point of time, who do I like? Kane Williamson.
Did you interview him after the final at all?
I think they didn't want to be interviewed after the final. They were all so gutted, and you know,
But
it was
like,
just
what gentlemen? Like, what gentlemen?
हाँ.
Like, यार, हम अगर हम होते या इंडियंस होते तो हमने क्या कर देना था उस वक्त? लाइक वो बैट पे लग के चौका चला गया और ये वो, मतलब हमने तो फाउल और ये वो,
हमने कहना था कि ये दोबारा से करो, ये नहीं हो सकता, ये पूरा मैच दोबारा से करो. We don't accept it. You know, I feel really bad for them because I feel like they're one of the nicest people that you'll meet. People from New Zealand are genuinely And I'm talking about commentators, I'm talking about players, I'm talking about pretty much everybody.
Okay, Aisha and Shoaib who is the most intelligent and the most humorous cricketer in the current Pakistan, or I guess
Most
today.
intelligent. What that there are two names that I want to take. Ahmed, I think he was very smart about. I mean, I'm talking about
I mean,
cricketing
he
skills only.
wasn't that smart, but okay.
I'm talking about. That's why I clarified. I said cricketing skills and Shadab. Shadab is super sharp. वो लगता नहीं है, by the way. वो अगर आप उसको लो, you'll think that he's just a regular guy, but उसको cricket की अच्छी खासी sense है, and I think he's got leadership qualities.
I mean,
That's
so
the way I
listen,
look at it.
Islamabad United this year, A, making him captain, B, then him coming in at number 4, and I think he was number 4 on the list of highest run scorers, the highest average. I mean, that was kind of phenomenal. Like, to see Shadab really come of age after he was discovered 3-4 years ago, had a slump, comes back up and performed the way he did, but his leadership, I mean, they were at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, I don't know, they don't give him that opportunity to bat up the order. Every time I've spoken to him, and he's been telling me for the past so many years that he wants to bat up the order. He claims,
And
and
so he
I
did it.
believe that he is a proper batsman. So he should be given those opportunities. उसने इंग्लैंड में 50 मारी थी टेस्ट मैचेस में अगेंस्ट इंग्लैंड.
नहीं, but
उसने
sorry, अभी PSL में, I mean, he was one of the highest scorers.
yeah, so he's got so much potential. He just needs to be given the right amount of opportunities.
So you think he's a future leader for sure, with Pakistan?
I think so. I think I've been saying that since the time Sarfraz was being removed. I used to say it's Shadab.
And not Babar Azam, right? I mean, what is your take on Babar Azam being limited over as captain? I think it's too much too soon, and I think he's on his way to just becoming a great batsman, and it's too much responsibility. And when you become captain in Pakistan, then you're just dealing with so much. क्या कहती हैं आप?
यार अभी तक तो from what we've seen, शुक्र है खुदा का कि उसकी बैटिंग अफेक्ट नहीं हुई, because there was this whole talk around his batting कि जी वो कैप्टन बनेगा तो उसके बाद उसकी बैटिंग उस तरह से नहीं रहेगी. I think the reason why they gave him this, of course, he has shown, he has been captain before as well, under 19 वगैरह में सब उसने हर जगह किया हुआ है. But उसका reason ये था कि भाई he is the most consistent player, right? बहुत से ऐसे players थे जिनकी अपनी जगह टीम में नहीं बन रही थी. So they wanted somebody who can inspire them and lead from the front with the bat, which is why they picked him. I wish him luck because I feel like as long as उसकी batting effect नहीं होती, we're all good. And I feel like he has.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. So I was just saying, I feel he needs to be guided though. Like he is relatively young. So
I think Misbah. I think that's Misbah's role to be guiding light.
yeah.
And then I guess you have the two senior players. Do you think Shoaib and do you agree with our friend Ramiz Raja that Shoaib and Hafiz should put up their boots now?
So it's really interesting because you talk about that because we've had situations where if you speak to these players, the one thing they will say to you is कि भाई जब तक कि हम fit हैं तो हम खेल सकते हैं. Like why is this कि जी हम मेरा सवाल जो है वो इस मैनेजमेंट से है जो कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया में एक यंग टीम को लेके गया. They took youngsters to bat. एंड जब आप पाकिस्तान में मैचेस कर रहे हो तो आप मतलब हफीज और मलिक से खिला रहे हो एंड यू आर लेटिंग देम स्कोर ऑल द रन्स अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश. सो my question is, what is your approach going into the World Cup, which is going to be played in Australia? Do you
100%.
think that Shoaib Malik, Mohammad Hafiz, or do they have the capability to score runs over there? Are their reflexes the same as they were before? Can they play the kind of pace that we will be seeing in Australia? So these are all question marks, right? I can't give a definite answer for it. I mean, कि जी वो retire हो जाए. For all I know, he might even go to Australia and score a century. I mean, I wish them well. But मेरा question is, what is your strategy going forward? मुझे ये chop and change की समझ नहीं आती कि जी एक मिनट हफीज आ रहा है, उसको फिर टीम से बाहर निकाल रहे हैं, फिर आप एक यंगस्टर को ला रहे हैं, उससे एक मैच में स्कोर नहीं हो रहा, आप उसको निकाल के वापस हफीज को ला रहे हैं. So
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you
Yeah.
doing? I mean, I want to question the management more than the players. I feel like it's their responsibility to have some form of
Agreed.
consistency.
I mean, there has to be consistency in the way you're choosing your teams. I totally agree. Um, okay. Moving on is who? You didn't say who's the funniest cricketer in Pakistan.
Oh, funniest cricketer. Saeed Ajmal.
Ah, he's funny.
Saeed Ajmal is hilarious. Like
Um,
you talk to him and he's got like that फैसलाबादी, जुगत करने वाला उसका अंदाज है. वो कभी आपको straight, he will never give you a straight answer. You ask him a serious question, everything will be witty and
Dusra.
yeah, दूसरा. Yeah.
By the way, Saklan Mushtaq getting dressed up by his daughter, I thought was one of the best things that's happened in the lockdown. Like that
Yeah,
whole
I know,
makeup
that was really
session.
sweet. Yeah.
I mean, what a guy. Though, but that's amazing, like when you talk about alpha maledom and like, कि मर्द को मर्द होना चाहिए और पाकिस्तान में especially बड़ी इस किस्म की बातें होती है ना, and then you see this guy who's like, he's turned the religious way and then he's done all this makeup and he's done it for his daughter and he's just having fun. Like how amazing. Like what a great guy. Like मेरा
No,
दिल
no,
बहुत फूला था उस वक्त.
he's great. Like even if you meet him and speak to him,
I met him, yeah.
I have a lot of respect for him. Yeah.
अच्छा जी, moving along. If you Ghalib Taimur ने पूछा, if you could be a cricketer, past or present, who would you be?
Who would I be? Wasim Akram.
Yeah. All right. Mariam Habib is, well, I think you've answered this question. Okay. Vivek Arora, how much time do you spend on a smartphone in a day?
विवेक आजकल तो बहुत ज्यादा जो है अब मैंने literally it's a good question because I was actually telling my friends today. I was like, guys, I want to know your screen time. You can
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
it from your वो. I said I really want to know your screen time. विवेक को बता दो कि मैं बहुत शर्मिंदा हूँ कि मेरा screen time average time जो आया है वो है 5 hours a day. So definitely
Is that good
the
or bad?
idea
It seems
was.
like a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot, Adnan.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. But I don't know, maybe it's because I've been doing live sessions and most of my work has been
Ah,
live. I don't know. Like, I hope it's that, but it's definitely something that I've taken note of and I'm going to try and actively reduce it.
listen, this is something close to my heart. I want to answer this quick question. We've got about another 5 minutes, if that's okay, Zainab.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Titch, I'm sorry, I don't know you to pronounce it. Titch Kum Tutu. Has anyone in the Pakistan cricket team, male or female, been inspired by Kohli's turn to veganism or like Djokovic or other prime athletes? It's kind of amazing.
Oh.
So I was vegan for about 4 months and I've been vegetarian for a month. And it is, and just like now that you get into that whole kind of system, you actually see like, and I believe Kohli is vegan. Is that right? 100%. Do you know, Zainab?
I think, yeah. Yeah, for sure. He's
Or
been
is it, he's
endorsing that
I think he's vegan.
documentary.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of something that Pakistanis really need to look into, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there. I know Lahoris are going to hate me after this, but Gosht Khor jo Pakistani kaum hai hamari. But I think it's a really interesting thing to bring up, and I think it's something that people need to explore. I have to tell you, like, my digestive system, my moods, just the way I am on a daily basis has really changed. Like, whenever I go into like a vegetarian or especially vegan system, I totally feel different, and my energy levels are still the same. So I
I'm
just want to give a
sorry,
shout out
Adnan.
to
I'm not going to agree with you. Yeah, I am like a freaking Kashmiri Punjabi, so I can't do.
Ek din.
But no, but you know what? I have to say this. Since I saw that documentary, Game Changers, मैंने थोड़ा सा मैं conscious जरूर हुई हूँ. I mean, you can reduce the amount of meat, chicken
It's called
that you have.
flexitarian.
Yeah, but I
Flexitarian.
will say that I have like I'm not sure if I have that kind of commitment that you have shown to be completely meat free
I
or
didn't
chicken free.
either, Zainab. But then one day I was just like, man, like all the stress of these animals that I'm eating, they're not even fully formed animals and they're unhappy and they're stressing me out. And then, you start getting into the world and you're like, this isn't the same meat our parents ate. Ek to, hum inherit bhi karte hain na, then we're like, okay, these are all farmed animals.
But like, do you
Khair,
have a lot of options to eat when you're limiting
yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. When you get into the world, it's amazing. I mean, I'm eating a lot of pastas these days, but I'm also going out and exercising a lot. But yeah, I mean, Pakistan, it's a little tougher. Abroad, so it's amazing, and all the nut milk, so you're not having dairy, and I mean, the kinds of options you go to the UK and it's kind of phenomenal, and the stuff tastes really good, and you feel light. Pakistan mein ye, or because I'm also Punjabi and I have a little bit of Kashmiri blood, was the idea that khane ke baad you want to feel heavy. But
Yeah.
when you're an athlete or when you're kind of like someone who's kind of getting into wellness or something, you're like, man, actually, I want to eat and feel light. So you don't want anything to really change. And so that really helped me where after eating, I don't want to feel ki bas ab sona hai, which is very
Yeah, yeah,
Punjabi Kashmiri. Acha,
yeah.
jaldi karna padega. Sorry, I'm going on. Couple more questions. Zaina Ajmal had two good questions. She said, one, if you could change a rule in cricket, what would it be?
ये जो अभी हमने फाइनल में देखा था, ये क्या रूल था कि जी why is a match being decided on the rules that we have currently कि जी the most amount of boundaries या most amount of wickets, why
Yeah.
so
I mean,
I would
I think I would change the rule about the one day matches may two new balls. Like it's such a anti-Pakistan like subcontinent ko pakarna,
yeah,
like it's ridiculous
that
that
would probably be my second one, yeah, probably the
bowlers
first
have
one
like
actually, right?
bowlers have like no play anymore. Like they barely can do anything anymore. It's such a
हाँ,
batsman's
बहुत
game.
ज्यादा मेहनत करनी पड़ती है ना, नाखून मारने पड़ते हैं बहुत ज्यादा
चले आगे बढ़े.
बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. मिड ऑफ वाले फील्डर्स लगे रहते हैं.
नहीं यार देखो वो ये है ना मोस्टली अब तो चाहे आप नाखून ना लगाएं बट बेसिकली यू throwing the ball एक टिप्पा ये वो I mean that was an art, it was a skill. I still don't think that like I think a certain amount of being able to change the ball is like the 15-degree arm rule. Like I think what happens naturally in the course of the game. So but anyways you could create rules around it. She's also asking, do you have a signature dance move? All right.
Yeah. That's not.
Azalfa Qureshi, no, that's done. Do. Okay. Labha Mangupta asked, biggest hurdle or challenge faced while getting into the industry, professionally or personally?
Biggest challenge?
Of getting into the industry, like becoming a commentator, a host, a presenter.
I think the biggest challenge was changing people's perception that, a woman who has not played the game can also talk about the game. I mean, kya koi, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So, yeah.
I mean, I think that's really that's kind of the amazing thing that we didn't know. I think because you grew up also and there were no women commentators while you were watching TV, having matches. So did you think, I want to fill that space or was it just you following your passion and ending up here?
No, I think I'm just generally quite an ambitious person by nature, and quite competitive. So it was never, oh, I want to beat this person or beat that person. It was just that I wanted to change that mentality. I was fighting not against another woman or another girl. I was fighting against that mentality. कि भाई,
Yeah.
क्या मतलब है? Why not? I mean, and I knew that, I just knew that I know what I'm talking about, like in the sense कि मुझे शौक है, so उससे बहुत फर्क पड़ता है.
Amazing. Zainab, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything you want to say before you sign off?
No, I've had a really good session with you. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And
It's really good
we
to get
talk
to
about
know
different
you.
things. Yeah, absolutely. I just think that we covered a lot of things actually. Well done, Adnan. So
हम भी
yeah,
थोड़ी
it's
सी
pretty
hosting
exciting.
कर लेते हैं.
Nahin, and I have to tell you that I really enjoyed Cake. I know I've said that, but you really
Thank
didn't.
you. Oh, thank you so much. Well, listen, I hope you keep doing all the amazing work you're doing, and you're an amazing role model for a lot of young people. Now, I'm not going to say just women, but you are, especially for women, but also for young men. I think it's time we stop looking at just gendering when we're looking at role models also. And I think I wish you all the very best, and you're making Pakistan's name proud, like everywhere you go in the world. So power to you, and see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much once again, Adnan. And Ali is asking a question. I just want to tell him that the answer
Yes.
is no.
I don't know. I was gonna ask you, is that true? Acha, chalo, we'll leave it at that.
No, this is a topic for off the record. I mean, we can't be talking about this on it.
We can't be talking about this online. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Unless you want to ask anyone any other questions or.
No, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna go and have some dinner because I'm very hungry after my biking session. And good luck to you, Adnan. I'm really enjoying all your meaningful conversations. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on. See ya. Hi.